What's going on YouTube? It is DJ Trev. Things are crashing today. It's looking kind of ugly. How's everybody doing? How is your journey through crypto going? Are you making money? Are you diamond handing? You suckers. The diamond handing thing, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a few different things that could potentially help you to turn things around, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough, in fact, because you have to face some truisms that you don't really want to hear. It goes against the grain. You have to understand some things that I'm going to tell you that you've been lied to about. You got to know these things. And if you don't know them, you're really never going to get anywhere that you want to get. And I understand that these things are tough to hear. You don't want to hear them because right now you have hope. And I'm not trying to take your hope away from you. I want to help you turn that hope into reality. But there was a time that a lot of us didn't have any hope. And then you found crypto. And maybe you found blah, blah, blah YouTuber. Or you found this particular crypto project's, development team, and you found some influencers, and you found these people who give you hope. Now you have hope. And having hope is better than where you were. But what you need to decide is having hope better than having money? Because they may not really work together, okay? I'm going to put it to you like this, and it probably isn't going to be a real quick one. They usually aren't, but I'm going to give you a little example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, because you got to understand this. Let's say that human beings all of a sudden are able to travel to different planets. We figure that out, and there's a planet out there that we find that is inhabitable. In other words, we can breathe on it. It has resources that will allow us to build a society and whatever, okay? And it is at this point in our future or in our history or whatever, it's easy to get there, right? We've made it very, very easy, very inexpensive to get there. So pretty much anybody can go there. Well, a few thousand people go there to begin with, and it's open to them. It's a whole new world. What do you think would happen? Let's say there's 5,000 people there to start. What do you think would happen? Would those people take the opportunity to turn it into the utopia that Earth never was? The Garden of Eden that it was supposed to be? Would they all get along? Would everyone come together? All those 5,000 people come together, united with one path in mind, and that's, unity and working together to help each other. You think that would happen? No, it wouldn't happen, because it's just not human nature. It's very, very sad to say. It's not human nature. I can tell you, what I think would happen, and I bet what a lot of you think would happen, is that very soon you would have people dividing into factions, trying to take control of this unbelievable opportunity, right? To start something absolutely new and fresh. People would have different ideas of how it could be gone, how you could go about it. And people would start breaking up into factions and fighting and quarreling and arguing with everyone, because at this point, there's no legal system. There are no police. There are no sheriffs. There are no judges. There's no governmental system put in place. There are no rules and regulations, right? No monetary system, whatever. It's just free range. People would fight. People would fight. People would fight to seize control. But you're there and you're building something, whatever. Next thing you know, more people come and more people come. And the people that you'd probably see go there are the people who are looking to escape what they had. They're looking for something better. They're looking for a paradigm shift in their life. They're looking for a change, right? You're not satisfied with your life here on earth. So here's an opportunity to get away from everything and everybody that was your past and start something absolutely fresh and new. You can totally change your life, right? And then when those people get, you've got those 5,000 that were there for a while. And as the new people come in, they're very naive. They have no idea what to expect. They really don't know how things work over there. So you've got these people who have been there for a while now. Now they're going to take advantage of the naivety of the newcomers, of the newbies, to their advantage and try to get them to adopt philosophies and see things in a way that benefits not the new people, but benefits the people who are trying to take control, who have been there for a while, right? It's just the way things are. It's horrible. But we don't really have to go to another planet to see where that has happened over and over and over again in our own history. We do it all the time. And so that's a really broad way to bring it back kind of to crypto. But crypto in a lot of ways is that that new planet, right? It's that opportunity for a lot of people to change their situation and to change their lives. And this is the way you look at it. You look at it as a potential for life-changing gains and profits. And with that money, you can change your circumstances. I'm going to encourage you. First, there's going to be a few lessons here, and you can take them for whatever they want because they're just my opinion. But I'm going to encourage you to abandon that way of thinking immediately. Stop looking. The best thing you could probably do for yourself, stop looking at crypto as your path to millionaire status, as your path to totally changing your life around. Stop looking at it that way. Do you play Powerball? Do you play Mega Millions? All those lotteries? Well, sometimes those things get up. I mean, you hear the stories, right? Because sometimes those things get up to $500 million, $1 billion or more, right? Even $300, $400 million. And you hear about and you see, you read in the paper or whatever. Well, not anybody reads the paper, but you read online. Somebody won it. There is now somebody out there who won that and won $1 billion. Okay? It's not you. It's not you, and it's way more likely than not that it will never, ever be you. But because you hear the story that somebody did win, it is possible to do it, you keep throwing your money at it just to take the chance, right? It's a desperation move. It's because you're really not happy with your circumstances and you want to take whatever chance, regardless of how slight, to maybe try to turn them around and change them around. And so you'll go and you'll do that. But what you're doing, every time you throw your dollar, your $5, your $10 into the lottery, is you are becoming the reward money for that one person out of how many millions who played that won. Okay? You just basically you gave them your money. Thanks, right? That's what you did. That's what you're doing all the time. So in crypto, we hear the stories of people who got into, this meme coin or this whatever that just launched, right? You get in early. The people who were minting, got into Pond or got into Pepe very, very early. And it skyrocketed and there were millionaires that were made. And you hear those stories and you want that to be you because it sounds so easy, right? It sounds easier than the lottery. It sounds more likely than the lottery. But I'm going to tell you, those stories and when that happens, it's a rarity. Chances are very, very likely that will never be you. But you still can make money if you adopt certain philosophies. And like I said, one of them is stop looking at crypto as your life-changing savior. Stop looking at it that way, right? I'm going to tell you how maybe you can increase your chances ever so slightly of being one of those people. But if not, how you can still maybe make some gains, okay? And one thing that I want to tell you, you need to understand that the diamond hands narrative that is shoved down your throat constantly, that is glorified, right? Everyone wants to have diamond hands because that's what they tell you is important. If you don't have diamond hands, if you don't buy something and hold on to it until Valhalla, you're a paper-handed P word, right? You're just not a good person. You're not doing it right. You have to diamond hand everything. What that is, let me explain it to you. And I'll use AMC. And that's stock. I know and it doesn't mean you could use XRP, you can use LUNC, you can use ELMO, you can use whatever you want, right? As an example. But here's what happens. You have people, whales very often, right? People with a lot of money who get into a project very, very early, and they buy a lot of it. Well, they begin to spin the narrative of this thing's going to the moon. This thing is going to launch. It's going to launch anytime soon. Hold on, because it might be at, 0.0003 right now, but this thing is going to a penny like nothing. 5 cents, 10 cents. This is going to $1. So they keep shoving that down your throat and keep playing on your hope, playing on your dreams, playing on your naivety, because what they need to happen is they need you to hold. What makes the price of a cryptocurrency or a stock or anything else go up is buying pressure. And we have volume, right? But volume consists of both selling pressure and buying pressure. Well, if you can get as many people as possible to hold, to buy and hold, not sell, you're not adding selling pressure to the mix, right? You're holding. So now, if you're holding, every time someone comes in and buys, the price goes up a little bit, and you keep on that trajectory, okay? As the price goes up, let's say maybe all of a sudden you hit a penny. You get to 2 pennies. Now, FOMO kicks in. Now you've got some other people that are like, this thing's on the rise. And they jump in. And now you're up to 3 cents, 4 cents. But you don't care. You're holding. You're diamond handing. Because they told you, and you believe them because you want to believe them, that this thing is going to $1, $5, $10, whatever it is. Why in the world would you sell at 5 cents? You're looking at your account. You just made $3,000, $4,000, whatever, even $1,000. But you're not touching that. You're diamond handing, because why would you sell right now and make yourself a couple grand when if you hold on, you're going to make $1 million when it goes to $1? This is what they tell you. This is what they convince you of, because you want to believe this. But here's what happens. So everybody starts coming in, this price starts going up, and these whales who have tons of it, they're smart. Smarter than you. They understand that in crypto, if you want to make money, you have to take profits. Diamond handing and holding on until a certain number, right, that takes you to instant millionaire status is ridiculous. It's a stupid concept. It's not how you're going to do it. You're going to get wrecked 9.9 times out of 10 doing that. But if you hold on and the price keeps going up, then when it gets to 10 cents, they sell a little bit. When it gets to 25 cents, they sell a little bit, right? You're waiting for your $1. Maybe you're even waiting for 50 cents. Whatever the narrative is that they spun, whatever the price is that they set, that they told you it's going to get to, that's what you're waiting for. But if they told you it was going to get to $1, then guess what? They're out by 85 cents, 90 cents. They made all their money. You should buy yourself a hat that says, I am exit liquidity, because that's what you just became. And it happens over and over and over again. They will jump out before that number, way before that number. They'll have money in their bank account now, and you'll have your diamond hands. Price goes tanking back down. You could have taken some profits. You could have made yourself $500, $1,000, a couple grand, right? But instead you held on. They made tons of money. The price came back down to where you bought it, if not lower, and you didn't take profit, so you made nothing. It's just not how you do it. It's not how you do it. You have to take profits, because if you had taken those profits, right, wherever it was, stop with this $1 million thing, right? Settle for $500 here, $1,000 there, $2,500 there, right? Because now you can take that money and you can diversify. You can take that money, take some profits, put some money in the bank, pay some bills, go Christmas shopping, whatever you want to do, right? But then you can take some of that money, and instead of, here's the other lesson, instead of being married to one project, you can take some of those profits and put a little bit into more projects. Because the fact of the matter is, and I've said this a lot, 90% of crypto projects fail. And when I mean fail, they either rug pull or they just don't make it and they go to nothing. Everyone who's invested makes no money at all, right? So because it's impossible to know really what projects are going to make it and what aren't, because there are some projects that look really, really good. Everything about them looks really, really super strong. And then out of nowhere, something happens and the thing is just gone. It's done. It happens all the time. You have to open your eyes to this, okay? So if you take some of those profits and you put, let's say you made $1,000, right? So you might take $250 for yourself, right? Or even $500 for yourself. And now you've got $100 that you can put into 5 different projects. Spread it out. Diversify. Increase your chances of winning, of hitting that one that might actually 5x, 10x, 20x, and be happy with that. Stop looking for these 500x, 1000x's all the time, because if you keep chasing those, you're going to be chasing those forever. You're never going to really get anywhere. So these are just the things that you have to understand. And they go against everything that you've been brainwashed about, right? Diamond hands is just you being exit liquidity for someone else. It's you not making money while they're taking profits and making money. Diamond hands isn't the way to go. It's just not the way to go. Now, you can, and this is very valid, you can have what we call a moon bag, okay? So you buy, I don't know, whatever. You buy a million of something or 100,000 of something, okay? And if you want to keep your moon bag, take a quarter of that, a third of that, a half of that, whatever you decide, whatever you can afford to lose, and you don't touch that. And you let that sit there for however long you want, so you can still fulfill your diamond hands desire, right? And if it moons and if it goes to where you've got that in there and you're going to make money. But with the other half of it, 3/4 of it, whatever you decided, take your profits, make money, put that money into other things that have the potential, right? Do your due diligence. Don't jump in because I said or anybody else said this is a good project. You determine what you feel is a good project. Put your money into a lot of different things. Spread it out. It's like instead of playing one Powerball combination, playing 100 of them. You might still not win anything, but you increased your chances 100-fold, okay? Don't be married to one project. This whole idea of if you're involved in this, you can't be involved in everything else. Everything else sucks. Don't even talk about other projects, blah, blah, blah. It's ridiculous, okay? Those of you who say, well, I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because, I love the project. I love the team. I love the community. You're a bunch of idiots. You're a bunch of idiots. Crypto stocks, we're traders. This is about making money. If you're in this to make friends, because if this is your social life, I'm very sad for you. I really am very sad for you. But join a club. Because if you're in this just because you like the guys right? And you're not in this to make money and you're just going to diamond hand or whatever, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's not what this is. You're in the wrong place. Anyway, these are the things I have to tell you. And I know that these are very, very tough things to hear. And it's very tough to say, okay, from here on, I'm not going to diamond hand anything. I'm gonna take profits. I really feel like Elmo is going to go to $1. It's going to go to $5 in the bull market. It's going to do this and that. I really feel that way, so I'm just going to hold on to everything, right? Well, Elmo just went up a little bit like yesterday. Okay, it's been sitting at 0.003 something, 0.004. It went up to 0.006 something. It looked like it was heading back to a penny, right? And everybody was, yay, we're mooning, we're on our way, we're pumping. And then when I looked at it this morning, it had already come back down a little bit. Okay, crypto goes up and down. That's what it does. So if you had got in somewhere around that 0.003, 0.004 mark, and you sold a little bit when it went to 0.0065, and then it goes back down to that 0.003, 0.004 mark, you could potentially buy back in and actually have even more, right? Take profits. You can't do anything if you don't take profits. So these are the lessons, right? They're tough. It's tough to go forward and say, I'm going to change my whole idea about things. But if you want to make money, you have to stop listening to these guys who are just trying to get you to be their exit liquidity. That's the God's honest truth about it. All right? Not financial advice, just my opinion, but think about it. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon. Ciao.